on YouTube as well. So yes, as we are currently on Zoom, we are currently live on YouTube as well. I just want to make sure everything is going smoothly before we continue. All right, so the other group have turned in their slides. I'm going to put it on. Give me a minute to set that up so that as you are presenting, the facilitators can join you also on the slide. More so, I would also like to say that so both of the groups, they are working on two different case study groups. So the first one is working on Elevate Fit, while the second one is working on Revitalize Tech. All right. Just give me a minute to set that up. Presenters for Team Olympus, I think I can already cite them here, which is Kachi and Ione. Presenters for RIPI, can you please identify yourself so that probably I can spotlight you or something? Anybody who is representing RIPI, please identify yourself.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Hi, Ruben, good morning.
It's me, Ruben, and Peace.
Peace, awesome, thank you. Oh my God. I'm supposed to sanction RIPA. That won't cause this delay. I have to send your slide now across to the facilitators just for them to be able to get a hold of it. However, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I'm going to do like a sort of spin the wheel so that we'll know which group will go first without me being biased on anything. All right, thank you so much, Alvin. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen. So we have Team RIPI and we have Team Olympus. Awesome. Team Olympus is going first. Hi, Team Olympus. Good morning. Just like I said earlier, we have 20 minutes for presentation. I'm going to start the timer now, and then yeah, you can start sharing your screen. Please, over to you.
Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen, and confirm you can see the timer on top of my head as well.
I'm presenting, so I won't be able to see.
Okay. All right.
But I'm sure that's
yes. Same here. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Kachi, and I and Ione will be presenting today. We welcome you, our distinguished panelists, facilitators, the TREFOR team, and fellow core members. Today, we'll be presenting our product marketing strategy for the fitness app Elevate Fit. Let's get right into it. Slide 2, please. So Elevate Fit is more than just an app. It is a personal fitness companion that is designed to empower and support individuals across Africa to achieve their wellness goals. We harness the power of technology and data-driven insights to offer tailored training and nutritional solutions that cater to each person's unique needs and aspirations. This product marketing strategy will walk you through how we plan to launch Elevate Fit and position it as the go-to fitness solution in Africa. We will share insights from our market research, introduce you to our ideal customers, and showcase the strategies that we would use to engage, connect with, and retain them. Slide 3, please. Our market research survey data showed that our target audience is mainly women aged 25 to 44 who live in big cities and are either full-time employees or self-employed. They value personalized plans and community support, And since 63% of them don't use apps, there's an opportunity to convert them. However, we also uncovered that they are price sensitive, and that heavily determines their choice of fitness app. In addition, most users prefer a monthly subscription model as opposed to Elevate Fit's current annual billing. Their main goals are staying healthy, losing weight, and building muscle, while their major struggles are sticking to routine and motivation. The features that are most sought after include progress tracking, fun challenges, and AI-driven personalized workouts. We also uncovered that the strongest drivers of app adoption are family and friend recommendations, followed by social media and professional endorsements. Next slide, please. So from our SWOT analysis, we identified that our strengths lie in using data, which is majorly collected during onboarding, to personalize training programs for different body types. We offer real-time responsive AI coaching, nutritional recommendations, as well as community support to ensure that users stay motivated to reach their goals. Our weaknesses are high subscription costs, limited trainer flexibility, which means most people can't choose between a real-life trainer versus an AI trainer because we only offer AI training, and a steep learning curve for new users. We identified opportunities for expansion into corporate wellness and viral fitness experiences. The threats we uncovered are competition from low-cost fitness apps and economic instability, which would affect user spending. Next slide, please. So for effective positioning, we analyzed both direct and indirect competitors, and we found out that direct competitors like MyPT-Hub, Trainerize, and Apple Fitness offer coaching and management tools, but they are not very affordable and they don't have enough personalization. Our indirect competitors include personal trainers, social media fitness influencers, because most people who don't currently use apps turn to fitness influencers to get fitness strategies or fitness routines, and fitness tracking apps like Nike Run Club. They are indirect because they don't offer like the full range of fitness training that we offer on Elevate Fit. Please let's move to the ICP slide. Exactly, yes. So by analyzing historical data, we discovered that Uganda, South Africa, and Nigeria are top revenue generators. So we built our ideal customer profile specifically targeting those countries. This is Ayanda. She's a 32-year-old single woman who lives in Cape Town and works in tech as a product manager. She's a fitness enthusiast who uses fitness apps and actively engages with fitness influencers on social media. She's competitive, goal-oriented, and enjoys taking on challenges. She's also focused on maintaining her fitness routine, but she struggles with time management and consistency. To resolve this, she needs engaging workout sessions that don't feel monotonous. Next slide. So say hello to Dami, a 42-year-old Nigerian mom who works as an HR manager at a growing startup. She's health conscious, but she has to juggle several family responsibilities, which includes taking care of her 2 kids. And based on these factors, she prefers easy to follow routines that fit into her business schedule. Her ideal fitness solution is one that is personalized, flexible, and aligns with her busy life. Next slide, please. Mugisha is a 25-year-old part-time student living in Uganda. Since he's new to the Fit Farm, he is looking for beginner-level content that wouldn't feel too overwhelming. His primary motivation is improving his overall health and building a sustainable habits. Next slide. So the touch points that we are going to engage users include social media, Google search, close communities, because a lot of those conversations happen within those communities, app stores, our websites, in-app and physical events to make sure that we are grounded in local communities. At this touch point, we'll solve for pain points such as skepticism about AI effectiveness as a personal trainer, budget constraints, setup complexity for those who are not very tech savvy, lack of motivation, and workout frustration. Let's go to our product positioning. Yes. So we are positioning Elevate Fit as an AI-powered fitness solution for busy professionals in Africa who struggle to stay consistent with their routines, find personal trainers unavailable, and lack motivation. We deliver hyper-personalized workouts, real-time AI coaching, and community-driven accountability. Unlike one-size-fits-all apps that are expensive and have time-limited personal trainers, we combine adaptive AI technology, nutritional planning, and a vibrant African fitness community to evolve with user goals and keep workouts engaging and accessible. So our primary messaging statement is, we are your personal fitness companion. We're here to guide you and to cheer you on. And we have several supporting benefits that highlight that specific messaging. At all our messaging touch points, next slide, we want them to see us as a trusted friend who is also a fitness pro. And we will prioritize this in our campaign taglines. We want them to see see us as a companion, not just another app. So insights from our historical data, as well as market survey and trend research, heavily influence decisions for our GTM strategy. Our primary objective is to acquire 10,000 new users within 6 months, first targeting the countries that drive the most revenue, that is South Africa, Uganda, and Nigeria, then replicating successful strategies in other countries such as Kenya and Ghana. We also plan to leverage user engagement tactics to reduce churn by 20%, which is something we observed while reviewing and analyzing our data. And we'll focus on upselling 30% of standard users to Pro. This is especially because we discovered that the Pro plan has just 18 more users than the standard plan and brings in 238% more revenue. Our launch timeline will be Q2 2025, starting with teaser campaigns in April. And then in May, we'll leverage community engagement through a fitness challenge. And in June, we would sustain that engagement using user testimonials, as well as gym and micro-influencer partnerships. Next slide. So for our campaign, the big idea is build your dream body. So there's a growing social media movement, particularly among women, centered on building your dream bodies through working out and eating well. So Elevate Fit aims to tap into that lifestyle by providing them with the essential tools to achieve this goal. In April, we would launch, we will have pre-launch teasers and a landing page that directs, leads them into a funnel where they will get materials that help them towards this goal. In May, we would launch the Dream Body Challenge in collaboration with local gyms and estate groups across Nigeria, Uganda, and South Africa. In June, we'll kick off retention and referral initiatives, including a content series that features user success stories. So every decision for our marketing campaign was hinged on insights from our market research, customer data analysis, revenue data, and Google Trends research. And we made sure to also reprioritize channels that we found were also like our top performing channels based on revenue. So that's Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and direct channels. So we're also going to include offline events and prioritize our referral programs. Next slide, please. So this just shows a breakdown of the marketing campaign and the channels we would use at each stage of the funnel. And yes, next slide. Okay, yes, so this is one of our pre-launch campaign creatives. I'll encourage everybody to visit elevatefit.squarespace.com. The password is Team Olympus, so you can engage with our landing page. So this landing page is the first, well, not the first point of contact, but one of the touch points that we would use from running our ads that would direct people into this landing page and then lead them into an email drip campaign where we have 3 different emails. The first one that will be sent as soon as they sign up, where we are offering a specific lead magnet that prepares them for the Dream Body Challenge. And then during launch and post-launch, we would run ads on Instagram. We would also use user testimonials and combine that into a content series called Dreamers and Doers, where we showcase people who have been able to achieve their goals, or people who are actively working towards their goals using Elevate Fit. And then for community engagement, we're going to launch the Elevate Fit Dream Body Challenge, and we would collaborate with local gyms and estate workout groups. So moving on, I'm going to hand over to my co-presenter, Ayoni, to talk about our pricing and other customer retention strategies. Thank you.
Thank you, Kachi. So for our pricing recommendations, we decided that we are going to be adopting a mix of different strategies since we're operating across different countries. And the first model here is the tier pricing model. And this is what we currently have based on the user data. So we have standard, we have pro, and the premium plan, and we intend to retain this. But we will be driving this by just analyzing and batching these features according to how we want users to adopt. For the standard, we'll have the basic features, which means you have access to limited community. You'll be able to access core workout routines and basic tracking. And then for the pro plan, which is going to be the intermediate, we would also have more personalized workouts and offer a balance between affordability and features. The goal is to position the premium plan as the main plan that we really want to drive enough revenue. And looking at the data, we can also see that the premium is what is generating the highest revenue currently. So the premium will offer the full feature, and you will have access to the exclusive community features, personalized nutritional support, AI, and all. And the second pricing that we will be introducing is also the value-based pricing. And what we intend to do here is, because we want the premium to be the main price driver, we would position that to show the value, that's why we need the users to go for premium. So the unique benefits of why they need AI-powered personalization, virtual coaching, nutritional support. We would use success stories and testimonials to also demonstrate effectiveness. We would also be introducing penetration pricing strategy, because we noticed that there was also a high rate of uninstall for the app from the user data. And one of the ways that we intend to get people to see value is also to offer limited free version. Let them experience the app and see how, they're able to easily infuse it into their lifestyle, replacing any current fitness plan that they have. And here, when we introduce it, because we also know that there's a disadvantage to free version of apps. People tend to uninstall after they are done enjoying the free version. What we will do is to introduce a lot of teasers and emails, push notification, messaging that would just provide that timed access so that they can use premium and the pro app features, driving urgency. We also want to introduce promotional offers and discounts. And here we would offer discounts like family discounts. For the corporate wellness package, we would also offer corporate, when you do corporate bulk adoption and all. And then the dynamic pricing would only work because we are adopting a mix of different pricing. So what it means is that when we need to offer discount, we would offer discounts. When we need to adjust location based on adjust pricing based on location, we would also do that, and market condition, since we are operating across different African countries. For the sales enablement materials, we've also been able to look at the materials that we need to acquire new users, which is going to be different from the ones that we need to use for existing users. So for new users, we have our landing page, email template, testimonials, demo videos, and how-to videos, then App Store optimization. And then for the retention, we would have in-app messages and push notification. We're going to use a lot of community features and engagement, content marketing, and also progress reports that are personalized and shows analytics to users. And these are just some of the sales enablement materials that we've been able to design. So we have a welcome email template. We have a fitness guide, which is an ebook that you can easily download and, experience what we have, and also an infographics to show you how the app works. For user engagement is key and very important if we're going to keep retention. So one of the things that we have identified is that we would have a lot of in-app challenges and reward. So things like 30-day challenge. And the goal is just to tailor this challenge and reward to users' goal, because we also understand that people would have personalized goals. We would have leaderboards and social recognition to top achievers. We'll feature them on our social media, and just to drive friendly competition. Exclusive content. We understand that fitness content can be seen on Google and other AI tools, but what we want to do is we would work with fitness experts, nutritionists, and ensure that we're able to provide content that serve as a knowledge hub for users on the app. Debunking fitness myths, mental wellness, and the likes. We would also host Q&A sessions. So the Q&A session, which is going to the one that would involve Elevate Fit team and our users, and the one where we have to bring in a fitness expert maybe once a month or quarterly. We would also use push notification and email engagement, just to encourage users, customers to put in more and achieve their goals. Loyalty and referrals. We would have point system where we're able to allow them endpoint for app engagement. For the data that was provided, we were also able to analyze the data into different charts, and these are just the general insights that we uncovered. We uncovered the high rate of daily uninstall, and this could be to a lot of factors. It could be the app onboarding, user experience, and these are some of the insight that has also helped us to put together the go-to plan of how we intend to minimize all this uninstall and also drive engagement. We noticed that the premium plan is the highest generating plan by revenue, and then followed by the pro plan and standard plan. The premium plan is also the one generating the highest from all countries. It's also the one generating the highest for all ad campaign channels. And we also uncovered that fitness goals are important revenue, all of the fitness goals. So whether it's improve health, but leading, we have everything almost on the same level. And if the most expensive plan that is generating the highest revenue, this shows that pricing is not the reason for uninstall. So it means that every user engagement tactics and our sales enablement material would also have to, customer success would have to be the thing that drive retention, so that we're able to reduce the uninstall rate. We also discovered that all ad channels are generating revenue almost at the same number, but Google Ads is leading. For our customer success and retention, user retention is very important to us. So to keep our users engaged, we want to introduce monthly challenges, leaderboards to keep them motivated, support them across the different level of the funnel. So for acquisition, we're going to be having free trial, demo days. For onboarding, we're going to have an interactive onboarding flow. They also have AI chatbots to assist them if they have any issues. For engagement, we would be pairing them with workout body on the app. They are able to get leverage AI for smart reminders and personalized tracking. We would also be hosting live Q&A with fitness experts, things that helps them to also celebrate their milestones and adjust, because we understand that as they grow in their fitness routine, they would also need to adjust their goals and workout. So all those kind of AI personalized metrics, AI personalized workouts would be adjusted for them. Then for advocacy, we would implement a loyalty program where users are able to earn rewards for consistency and referrals. Some users that have done so well, we can also, upgrade them to become brand ambassadors, give them unique codes so that they are able to share their content and earn rewards. And we believe that our unique value proposition combined with our targeted marketing strategies and the data-driven approach that we have adopted positions us for success across the different countries. With focus on personalized experiences, leveraging AI innovations, community engagement, proven results, we are confident in our ability to lead the African fitness market. Thank you. At this point, we're going to entertain questions or any recommendations. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Team Olympus. Although you are, let me just stop time in 2 minutes behind schedule. So thank you very much for the time, for displaying such insights at such at a limited time. Very quickly, I would like to recognize Lara. Lara was one of our facilitators, and then she joined in exactly when you were presenting for sales enablement. I'm sure she's hyped by now that, yeah, my students are doing well. All right, over to you, panelists. Yeah, I would like to go first. Everest, your hand has been raised for a while. You want to say something?
Yeah, thanks, Esther. Sorry. So initially, my hand was raised because I wanted to get the password for the Squarespace login. I know if any of the presenter, Kachi or the last person, can just call
The
the password.
password is Team Olympus,
All capital letters,
all in small letters.
No,
all
small
in
letter.
small letters. Team Olympus. All right.
Okay,
Okay,
while
good.
Everest is trying to
Thanks.
navigate that, or do you want to say something now before
No,
I
no,
pass
no.
it on
I'll
to
ask
the
my
lady
question later. I just
panel?
want to run through the, yeah.
All right, Sean, would you want to go first or Khadijat? Hi, Sean. Hi, Khadijat. I guess the panelists are still trying to check out each of the slides. But please confirm if you are with us, and probably if you need more time to be able to.
Okay,
Hi, Khadijat, you're saying something?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Although it's is it from my end or from Khadijat's end? It seems like network is
Yeah,
not.
Khadija, I think your network is breaking off.
All right, Sean, would you want to go first?
I'm still kind of looking through the.
All
Can you
right.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's good. I just need like a few minutes, like 1 minute to just run
All
through
right,
the slides
no
again. Yes.
problem, no problem. So I guess we'll just give like a minute for our panelists to go through the slides. Khadija, please, it seems your network is kind of lagging. I don't know if you can fix that because we are hearing you at a point and at another point it's cut off. Yeah, okay, I've recognized Amara. Okay, yeah, let's just give them the minutes they have while the other group or the other team also try and I don't think there's a need for us to spin a wheel. So the other team will try and prepare for their presentation as well. Any of the panelists that is ready to go can go first. So I think the floor is
Okay.
now for the panelists.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Esther. So first question I want to ask is during the presentation, so they mentioned about some interactive gamification feature that will encourage users to continuously use the app. So if any one of them can explain a bit more, if they have any type of gamification that they are thinking of, or what kind of gamification or interactive features that is in there that will help users to remain or to continuously use the app. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Ione, do you want to put up the slide so that I could explain from our user engagement? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So actually one of the research that we did that informed this user engagement of gamifying the app is that there's this one that even Kuda recently did. They are currently gamifying the app and making transactions. For example, if you make so level of transactions, you get a coin. If you make another level of transaction, you get another coin. So at the end of each month, the number of coin you have amassed, you can use it to redeem a Kuda jersey. They are sponsoring Sporting Lagos, something like that. So, but in our own case, right, how we intend to gamify it is we would have redeemable points. So each when you complete a challenge, for example, we said we're going to do something like step streak challenge, 30-day challenge. If you're able to complete those things, you get active points. So what we are rewarding is actually engagement and activity on the app. At the end of a month, if you're able to redeem all of those things, you would be able to win fantastic prizes. It could even be something as similar as getting it could be something as similar as getting gym kits or gym wear. And on other months, when you amass a very high number of coin, it's something that you could get subscription for the following month for free on us. So it's going to be really, really dependent on the activities that these people engage with and how engaged they are on the app. Somewhere it's just to, as you said, gamify engagement on the app. I don't know if I answered the question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Anna. Still on that topic, so I'm going to ask the additional question regarding this. If you get paid like cash, not being rewarded with coins or jerseys or any of those, if you get paid cash, for instance, feel free to answer. There is no right or wrong answer. If you get paid cash for using a fitness app, like real cash, or maybe if you use it for 5 hours, you get, say, maybe 1,000 naira, and then if you continuously use it for a streak of, let's say, 30 days, you get like 20,000 naira. If you have that, if there is a fitness app that promises you that, do you think it will motivate you to be using it? Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer.
I like that you already said there's no right or wrong answer, but one thing that is also quite to the audience we are selling this app is somewhere they would want to go with our product because of how much we cost in comparison to other alternatives. So somewhere I think doing cash will not be a bad idea at all. It won't be a bad idea at all. But what we optimize for in our strategy is to keep people in the app. So even their engagement and even the rewards are going to be in the app. That's what we optimize for. But it won't be a bad idea to explore cash options. Saying
Okay.
that everybody says no to money.
Okay, thank you. Then another thing I wanted to point out was, I noted this down, the annual subscription plan instead of the usual monthly subscription plan. I believe that at the end of the day, obviously the annual subscription plan will be more affordable than if it was a monthly subscription plan. But just like every other thing that have to do with annual subscription, in terms of consumer behavior, do you think users would be more comfortable paying a monthly subscription than to commit themselves to an annual subscription for this? So that's the question.
Okay, thank you for that question. So from our research data, a large percentage of users tilt towards paying monthly. They would rather pay for monthly subscription than go for annual. So we would be keeping it at monthly subscription. However, because we want to position the premium plan as the main revenue driver, we would be offering, so one of the pricing recommendations is that we will be offering discounts for premium plan owners that would be able to pay maybe quarterly or annual. So that would just also position it to encourage people to go for that plan. When you see that that is the only plan that has discounts when you're paying for a year or a quarter, then we should be able to drive more. So we will keep it at monthly, but the premium on annual and quarterly. And also people that want to do group plan. So if you're doing a family plan or a corporate wellness plan, we would also give you discounts based on longer duration than when you just pay for monthly.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that answer. Now, I think I'm done with my questions here. And the only thing I want to say is regarding your presentation itself. And so I'm going to give you guys kudos. The presentation was very straight to the point. I like your use of, some images and pie charts to explain what you're talking about, which was really good. And your flow in the presentation. So the both presenters, the way your presentation was carried, there was really no let me put it bluntly, you were not reading from the slides. So I like that, and which means you understood the content of your slide. So well done.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Everest. Sure, I think you can take it up from there. Or Khadijat, I don't know if your network is now stable.
Yeah, I think I can go. Coming up with videos. So I think I have a question for this team, right? And my first question is from a pricing to LTV, like customer lifetime value, right? How do you ensure that how you've broken down your pricing monthly and giving discounts on the annual plan? How have you ensured that, or how are you ensuring that it's going to make money for the business? Because remember, at the end of the day, the whole point of marketing is making money for the business, right? So if you're saying this is how much I want to sell it, I want to sell it on a monthly basis, I want to have an annual plan. My point is, from the data that you have, right? Do you have data to back the choice of staying on monthly? Because monthly subscriptions might give you more long-term retention problems, right? Annual subscription guarantees LTV, right? So if somebody renews 3 annual plans and if somebody renews 3 monthly plans, you can tell which one is more valuable, right? So again, I want to be sure that, like, how are you guys ensuring that this present mechanics or pricing tiered model that you have set is set up in such a way that the business will make money?
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so what we've identified when we analyzed the user data and also when we conducted our own research through survey is that people prefer to pay monthly. And that's because some of the challenges are they would rather want to first pay monthly and see that this app has given them proven results. So it's more of establish trust first, and then they will be able to commit. So we want to keep it as give the option of monthly. When we also look at the user data, we identify that the premium plan is the highest. And initially, before analyzing data, we saw premium at $200. The standard was at $40, and then the Pro was at $120. We initially just assumed that the standard was going to be the highest driver for revenue. However, when we analyzed, we realized that the premium was. So it means that pricing is not an issue when you are able to deliver on the promise and the USP of the app. So what we intend to do is, because we understand that if we keep it at monthly, we will, just like you said, we might have more churn, which is what we are already seeing currently from the data. So we will keep it at monthly for the standard and the pro plan, because that's the entry level. We want you to at least experience the app, see the viability, and see how it's infused easily into your lifestyle and help you achieve your goals. And keep the premium as the annual and quarterly, so that is the main one that is currently generating revenue, and that's what we want to keep, so that we get more from that. And the freemium, the penetration strategy that we mentioned, at that point, we would give you access to experience, see how the premium also features for a month or anything. You'll see the full value of the app. I mean, case in study, if we look at what Spotify does, Spotify would give you to use the app for 3 months. You have been able to put your own you've been able to put your own playlist together, share with your friends. You're listening to music without ads and all. And then after 3 months, they would now downgrade you back to the free plan, which you are not even able to access your playlist. You're not able to download music anymore and all of that. As a user, when you look at the price and see how your life, things that have already infused your life after 3 months, and now you don't have all those things, you feel like something is missing and you want to go ahead to make payment. So that's what we are also intending to do. While we keep it at the tier pricing, we would also then use the penetration strategy to encourage people. They see it, the pricing has a lot of community features, which is the big deal to people when they're choosing an app or fitness. They want a community of enthusiasts. They want people that will motivate them and all. So that is how we intend to do, using the data and also our own informed strategy.
I mean, thanks for that. That was quite, detailed. And to be honest, right, there is really no right or wrong answer, right, for in cases like this, because we don't know what's going to make money for the business, right? We don't know the customer's pockets at the end of the day. And because we are also, everything from what you have explained, everything seems to be is optimized towards customer behavior that has already been observed. And I think that that's the key here, right? It's always important to put your pricing based on what you already know works for customers in maybe certain markets or in certain demographics. And again, from what you have explained, it seems like it does already solve that problem, right? Because in other markets, maybe some people may not want to pay monthly because they have more money. Let me put it like that. But people that also have fixed smaller income might find monthly YouTube, monthly Netflix. That's been proven to work in this market as well. So, I mean, that was kind of like the answer that I was looking for. But indeed, there is really no right or wrong answer. The correct or the important thing here is that you looked at the data, right? And that sort of even informed you on how to now spread the plans based on what you think that will drive value for the business. Thanks for the answer, really. I will just go ahead and give my feedback based on the presentation. First off, I must commend you guys, right? I think that you guys have done a really good job. The communication was very seamless, right? I could follow through, and I'm particularly impressed with the landing page, right? It's an extra layer of work that is good. Like going above and beyond is rewarding. Like, let's not lie to ourselves, right? The fact that I could interact with a landing page and I saw all of the features of the product that you're trying to sell to me. It's not just talk anymore now. Like, I'm in this presentation and it felt like I was in an actual product demo. That's pretty impressive, really, because these are the type of things that when you sit down with a potential investor or even your CEO or business leaders, this is how you want to present ideas to them. Remember, all these marketing things that we say, click-through rates, acquisition, they are important, but business people don't really listen for those things. This is a show and tell environment. So if you're able to tell me your story and I can use it like a user and feel it, then that's some really good work there. And then finally, I like the use of data. I like how it was represented. I like how it was also used to, answer this question I have on pricing. I think that because that data was there, we gave you guys that data so that you can see the revenue, you can see the user behavior when it comes to pricing and how they were even paying in the first place. So it's good to know that you guys looked at the customer behavior before you came up with this. And then finally, just like Chima said, there was a seamless handshake, right? Remember, when you're making a group presentation with your colleagues, with another person in a real life environment, it's a relay, right? And the best things about relays is the passing of the baton. So person A carried us well, and then person B finished it. That handshake was really good, and it has to be commended as well. So I think that's everything from me. Thanks guys, and good work here. Really, this is solid work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oliver Stevens. is going higher. This one is not falling. All right. Thank you so much, Shiv, for comprehensive feedback. Yeah, I would also like to recognize Ladi on the call. Good morning, Ladi. It was his comment that made me think, oh, right, yeah, Ladi on the call to cause some pricing and packaging. Thank you, Ladi, for joining us on the call. And yeah, the final feedback from the panelists. Hi, Khadijat. Are you here now? Is your network stable?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so well done to this team that just presented. I think their name is Olympus, right? Esther. Just to be
Correct.
sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Of course.
I think Everest and Shimon have asked like some of the most important questions already, like for example, like the pricing. Although one thing I observed was that they seem to pick people across Africa. I don't know if that's particular to the case study, because I would have used like the. Can you hear me?
Yes, but your network seems to be
Break.
breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We're breaking.
Let me just turn off. All right. I don't know what's wrong this morning. Okay. So I said I would have loved them to use like Nigerian brands, for example. You know, they are like a fitness brand. So if they brought like other fitness brands that are sort of relatable to the Nigerian market, right? I think that would also really help, especially because of the dynamics of the Nigerian market, taking into consideration what the economy is saying right now, right? Let's say in the last 2 years, how a lot of things have reshaped the economy with inflation, you know, skyrocketing 5 times, right? I think especially because when you know everyone is going into the work environment, you're likely going to be dealing with the Nigerian market. So how are you going to navigate, you know, marketing and also generating revenue for the company you are working with? So I think, you know, if you guys are also taking that approach, I'm not saying the work you have done today now isn't great or isn't good, but just to make it more practical, you know, taking into consideration, you know, you marketing during a time when there's inflation, it influences, you know, the kind of marketing approach you are going to take, you know, the channels you are going to use, and even your pricing to customers. I think that's just, you know, a feedback. So maybe next time, you know, you want to prioritize and really go deep into the Nigerian market, right? But outside of that, right, I would say the presentation, I don't really have much questions because I think the key questions I wanted to ask Sheon and Everest have already asked them. Because one thing is, outside all of the big marketing, you know, strategies you have used or you have deployed, at the end of the day, your pricing is what is going to keep your customers or is what is going to, you know, let them go. So today, if you are telling me that your target audience is between 25 to 42, my question is, do you realistically think that, you know, a 25-year-old today will be able to afford, you know, your fitness plans? You know, looking at the average 25-year-old here in Nigeria, looking at, you know, all the salary um case studies or all the salary market materials that, you know, different brands have created, brands like Piggyvest, I think Cowrywise, you know, taking into consideration, you know, those kind of reports and research that they've done, and looking at how much, you know, people earn averagely today, you know, do you think they would be able to, you know, afford your your product? And that is outside of, you know, how beautiful your product is or how magnificent your app is. If your pricing, you know, competes with their daily survival, you know, your churn rates are going to be super high and you're not going to retain them over a long period of time. So I just, you know, wanted to also highlight that. But outside of that, I think your presentation was really good. right? The two people that presented, outside of it going, out of time, which I think is largely due to how text heavy your material was. I think another thing I would have loved to see more is like the creatives you want to use, right? I think you really showed about three, maybe more creativity in that aspect. But I love the aspect of the market research, right? The research you guys actually conducted. I love how you broke down the initial market research that now fed into all of the marketing strategies you were going to use. But I think outside of that, you guys did a good work. And like everybody said, right, this is how you're going to present when you need to pitch to your CEO or whoever the decision makers are within the organizations you find yourself. These are the kind of things you're going to have to present if you're taking their product to market, or if you are planning any marketing campaign over a quarter, right? These are all of the things you need to include, and especially like the unit economics. How is your marketing going to lead to them making money that quarter, right? Outside of driving sign-ups or installs or website visits, depending on whatever platform you want to use, whether web or app. At the end of the quarter, how much will the company really make from the marketing campaigns? Those are like really key things that you need to be able to communicate and sell, to get buying. Because if you don't have buying, after creating all of these plans, you might not be able to go ahead. If so, yeah, I'll say that's like my feedback.
Wow, thank you so much for that feedback. I think it was quite. I don't know. Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yes, we can hear
Yes.
you on answer the
The
questions on the
feedback is
list.
quite concise and very detailed. It shows how much how much you followed our presentation, and it showed how much care and concern you have to see us be the best marketers that we can be. So firstly, our users data is not only for Nigeria, and we honestly are positioned in a way to intentionally scale globally. Yes, we get the part that we should have included more Nigerian this thing, but due to the user data that we have, we're just trying to work with the user data that we have, and somewhere we're also a very tiered app. So there are tiered versions. So for the pricing, the pricing question, there are tiered versions of the pricing. There's the standard, there's pro. So it shows that we are not intentionally leaving some coins on the table. So there's a pricing plan for people across different economic brackets. So that somewhere answers that. And somewhere I think somewhere actually we're also quite premium somewhere, because due to the kind of niche that we currently are, for if you are going to be what's the word now, if you're going to be doing fitness or want to take fitness seriously, and you want to resort to doing it on the app, and web app and all of those things, somewhere you are tech savvy enough somewhere, and so somewhere it's definitely also affected how we brought the competitors into play. um I think that's for the two questions that you asked.
Yeah, so I understand your feedback, right? Looking at the fact that you guys want to launch simultaneously across different regions, but ideally when you are taking a product to market, even if you have a global view, you are going to start from somewhere first, right? So that's why it's like a go to market. It's going to be phased. You're not going to try to launch in Nigeria and at the same time launch in Uganda, launch in Kenya all at once. First of all, do you have the budget for that? Initially. So that's why, I asked and I mentioned that, okay, if you guys at, focused on where you are presently, then you can now let us know that, okay, over the next 6 months, based on how maybe your Nigerian markets performed, you are definitely looking to expand because ideally you won't be launching across 6 countries initially. Even the biggest apps like Facebook, they started from where? From their university campus before they grew, outside of the US and across the world. So that's why I, sort of highlighted that.
Yeah, thank you so much for the feedback, and we've taken that into our notes.
I guess that was quite a comprehensive feedback. Without much further ado, we'll just move straight to the next team that will be presenting for Revitalize Tech. Hi, Team Reaper. Are we ready for us? You can stop presenting. Okay. You have the floor, Team Reaper.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, panelists. Good morning, fellow students, and welcome to Demo Day. Olympus, your presentation was really nice. So yeah, let's get into it. The slides. Okay, this is a product marketing plan for Revitalize Tech. It's presented by Team Reaper, and I'm representing the team. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Hi, can you sort of maximize your screen? Maybe make use of the present button.
Maybe he's having a network issue.
Let's start with the introduction page, please. The introduction page. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
I mean, I think she meant the presenter.
Esther, can I share from my end? I guess Agri is having network issues.
Yeah, sure, we can. Let me enable you. You can go ahead and share your screen, Ruben.
Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah.
Can you start from the first page? Introduction page, please. Sorry for the delay. So Revitalize Tech is an innovative technology startup at the forefront of creating smart solutions. Excuse me. At the forefront of creating smart wellness solutions, our goal is to provide an all-encompassing app that includes wellness, physical fitness, mental health, environmental sustainability, and personal productivity. Next slide, please. According to our market research, the Nigerian wellness and technology market is growing rapidly and it's driven by increasing health awareness, urbanization, people like there's a whole lot of wokeness going on in quotes. And according to a report by Statista, wearable technology in the market is projected to grow at about 7.6% from between 2023 and 2028. Our audience demographics, we had a survey of about 50 persons, and from the 50 reports we got from this survey, we noticed that the people who we can be targeting or who our demographic target audience are busy young mid-career professionals within 25 to 40 years who are actively seeking smart wellness and productivity solutions. Why are these people interested? Because they highly value wellness, but they struggle to balance work, personal life, and self-care. They seek tools that would enhance productivity and well-being together. What is the big problem? They are overwhelmed with tasks, procrastination, difficulty prioritizing, and they generally lack of motivation. Our user persona would be David Okafor. He's a software engineer, and one of his weaknesses are that he struggles with maintaining consistent routine, finds it work-life balance, and lacks centralized awareness. He lacks a place that puts everything together. He has to juggle from one app to the other. What does he want? He wants an all-in-one wellness app that combines fitness, tracking, mindfulness, exercises, and productivity. He would be grateful if this could also have an AI feature so that it's kind of automated. Next slide, please. Then we have Zoe, 28 years old, UX designer. All these people, our user persona are based in Nigeria because we decided that we would like to start from where we are before we expand to other places. And from the research we did, Uganda had the highest margin, but Nigeria seemed to be an untapped market. So we decided to see what the Nigeria market looks like and how we can venture into it, which is why these people are strictly based in Nigeria. She also struggles with maintaining consistency due to her demanding work schedule. She feels overwhelmed managing multiple wellness apps, and she struggles to maintain wellness due to the pressure of her tech career. She is trying to grow her career and she's under pressure. What would she want? She wants an all-in-one wellness solution, and she values science-backed wellness, not effective. Our analysis. What are our strengths? Our strength is that we have the solution that most of the wellness apps do not have, which is an all-in-one wellness solutions. A lot of apps are yet to integrate AI, and even if it is integrated, it's not yet very personalized. So yes, we have the strength of AI-powered personalization, seamless device integration. You could use it across all of your devices, localized for Africa, but it's localized strictly for Africa and then strictly Nigerian, which means that it is tailored to Nigerians and the needs of Nigerians. What are our weaknesses? High cost of smart devices. It depends on internet and power supply. Because we're targeting Africa and reach down to Nigeria, the cost of internet and power supply could be a problem. Limited awareness of digital awareness. It's a mobile first country, and then the competition that we have with free alternatives. What are our opportunities? We have a growing health and fitness awareness that is growing. There's a high growth of that. We have the Kate Henshaw, Apropos Doctor, and all of the fitness enthusiasts that are coming up. And then we could have our opportunities also are partnerships with gym and health organizations. We are trying to be a B2C and a B2B right at the same time so that we can break into the market as quickly as possible. Corporate wellness programs, companies that are willing to have corporate events and have corporate wellness programs for their family, for their staff, sorry. Government and NGO collaboration, localized content and language support. So we intend to have local languages because so you can have it in Pidgin English, in Yoruba, Igbo, whatever it's possible. And our threat is that we have a strong competition from global brands, the economic challenges and inflation of Nigeria, regulation and compliance risk. There's a low trust in AI and data, so we kind of have to do a lot of work there. Poor infrastructure, user retention challenges, and then cybersecurity threats. Thank you. So this is our competitor analysis. The brands that we will be competing with are Apple, Samsung, Fitbit, and Garmin. Their market is premium and global, and they have global segments, all of this. Their weaknesses are that they have a high price point. So this is our advantage over them. Our advantage over Apple is that we provide a better, affordable, and locally tailored solution because Apple is global. With Samsung, we offer a focused, human-centric design, specifically targeting holistic wellness integration. Samsung is not integrated. And then for Fitbit, it's a diverse, we deliver a broader ecosystem that integrates various dimensions of wellness than just physical activity. Next slide, please. So this is our survey analysis. We put out survey to about 50 persons, and from the 50 persons, you can see that about 78% of them are interested in wellness, and then the highest gender distribution who are interested in this are male, mostly guys, and their monthly income, it sits below highest. A good number of them, their monthly income sits below 500,000. That's about 43%. That's about 43 out of the 50% that we that filled our survey. Next slide. So when we asked what is the importance of wellness to these people in their daily life, we had about 78%. We had about 78% of people say yes, it is very important. How often would they use wellness technology? A lot of them are open to it. And then what's their fitness engagement level? There is a good number of people who are really interested in getting a fitness regime that works for them. Next slide. What this tells us is that we are Revitalize Tech has a chance in Nigeria and there's a market for it. We have a market that can buy our products. Their desires and motivations and purchasing powers are shown in this slide, but let's go to the next one. What is our positioning statement? It's our positioning statement is that it is your all-in-one wellness app for balanced, stress-free life. It is for busy individuals seeking to improve their overall well-being and quality of life. Revitalize Tech is an all-in-one smart wellness app offering a seamless ecosystem of interconnected smart devices and platforms that addresses physical fitness, mental health, environmental sustainability, and personal productivity. Next slide, please. Our go-to-market strategy. So here's our market segments. Our market segment is basically people who we are targeting are people between 25 to 40 years old who are busy. They have to be fitness enthusiasts or at least interested in fitness in a particular way, mental health, mental wellness advocates, and then people who are interested in using smart homes or are already using smart homes. Next. What is our unique value proposition? We integrate fitness, mindfulness, and productivity into one ecosystem, allowing users to take full control of their wellness journey. You don't have to be in a particular place or have a particular device or have multiple apps. You can do everything you need to do from one device. Next slide. Our product launch. When you look at our product launch, you can see there are icons that show you that 6 weeks before the launch, because we are integrating a market that we do not have really good penetration. 6 weeks before the launch, we will have to do 6 weeks before the launch. We did our market research and beta testing, development of content strategy, full-on content strategy, and everything. Community building and touch leadership, which would include webinars, reach out campaigns, basically things that let people see us, because if people believe that we are if they look at us as thought leaders in wellness and fitness, it's easier for them to adopt it. Also, we are trying to build the what's the word? Intrigue and suspense, the idea when people are trying to find out what this is about, and then there will be media and PR and media outreach. And then our launch campaign is going to be a full on 30 days. It's not broken into it's not a 1 day or a 1 week campaign. It's 90 days, and then within these 90 days, we'll have a product launch campaign. It would involve performance marketing and paid ads, influencers and user generated content. We intend to use referral and ambassador program. Also, we have a B2B outreach for enterprise sales. Remember that we had said that we are reaching out to NGOs, companies, and fitness enthusiasts. Then 90 days post-launch. No, please go back. 90 days post-launch, we have new features rollouts, enhancements, partnerships, distribution channels, customer loyalty, and community engagement. Next slide, please. Our pre-launch phase is going to be build anticipation. The channels we'll be utilizing will be interviews, emails, blog, webinars, PR, and media outreach. The launch will have our full-on go-to-market strategy. The channels will be Meta, paid, Google, and organic search. For our post-launch, we would adopt influencer adoption, loyalty programs, Facebook ads, and vlogs. Next. This is what our campaign material looks like. Next one. Our pricing strategy. From our research, given that 46.5% of buyers opted for the premium plan, we recommend applying value-based pricing strategy to further encourage adoption of higher tiers. So we'll be adopting the anchor pricing and decoy pricing. Next slide, please. Our features are smart wellness dashboard, personalized wellness plan, smart device integration, standard gets basic metrics, limited space, and standard email. And this is a monthly plan, and it goes for 12,000 naira, 12,499 in naira, and 849 in dollars. And then the pro gives advanced metrics, personalized wellness, and every other thing here with at 14,000 naira, at 14,099, and then the premium offers every other thing with the 24/7 dedicated support. Next slide. Our user engagement strategy will be interactive onboarding session, gamification, and challenges. Next one. We would have a daily step goals, like what are your daily step goals? Something like where they have a leaderboard where people do like a contest with their family and friends and share the data, notification and feedback loops. Next one, please. So I'll be handing over to Ruben as he continues.
Thank you, Peace, and good morning, everybody. Based on the user data we're provided with, we did carry that analysis, and just a brief info into the analysis. What we carried out is the acquisition data, revenue data, and user engagement, and then, of course, registration data. From our data, the analysis carried out, we noticed that the average daily cost per click, sorry, I think I missed a screen. Okay. From the data carried out, we noticed that the average daily installation rate was 14.31%. Average on installation rate was 69.4%. And the average daily rate was 33.6%. And according to industry standards, which is already way below which anything below 27%, it's already way below the on installation rate for the industry standard. And of course, for registration rates, it's 35%. So average cost per click, it's 10 naira to 25 kobo. Average cost per installation, it's 18 naira. While acquisition costs, the average cost per registration, it's 339 naira 64 kobo, which is already 4 times higher than the average CPI. So the revenue, looking at the different channels we used that was used, Google Ads performed best. That's for the 5 countries rather. Google Ads performed best, and Facebook Ads was generated the least revenue. And then, of course, for the total revenue from each of the 5 countries, Uganda earned the highest revenue with a total sum. We converted it to Naira. The amount was 21,240,000. It was followed closely by South Africa, there you can see on the charts, and then Ghana and the least amount, which is 15.6 million Naira. And the engagement rates, there was already a low engagement rate. So we had 6.51 of 6.51% of users were actively that were active on the app. So and this is already way below the 13 to 20% of the industry standard, and this shows there was a very low engagement rate. And then, of course, 30% of users were active weekly. 22.94% were active daily on an average, and according to industry standard, again, the app is already performing low. And of course, for our pricing plan, the best one there, which is the premium plan. According to the data, the best plan was the premium plan, and it performed well in all 5 countries. And the premium plan was 46.5%, pro plan was 30.7%, standard plan was 22.7%. So the problems identified: the low installation rate with the industry benchmark at 35%. The Fertilize Tech average registration is currently at 14%. Low product stickiness. The rate of engagement with the app were significantly lower than the industry standard. This suggests issues in our retention, or rather in the retention and activation. High drop-off rates from installation to registration. This could be due to issues with user experience and, of course, performance issues. High on installation rate. Average on installation rate was 69.74%, which is higher than the industry benchmark. So this signify issues with onboarding, poor user experience, and of course the app loading time. So from the issues identified, so we had some solutions, that was going to help us improve on some of those issues that we identified from the analysis carried out from the user data. So one of them is to tackle the high drop-off rates from installation to registration is a reduced number of required feeds. That is basically improving the onboarding, user experience, optimizing the registration flow with clear progress indicators and minimal frictions, incentivize completion, that is offer rewards, bonus content, A/B testing, and continuously test different registration flows, and then high on installation rates. To tackle the high on installation rate, we need to improve our onboarding flow, enhance user experience and the app performance, that is optimized for faster loading times, intuition, navigation, and bug-free operations. Proactive user engagement, that is use timely context and awareness push notifications. Again, the other one there is robust customer support. For low installation rates, we tend to increase the App Store optimization to enhance app title, description, to appeal to visual, to improve the visibility and appeal. And the referral programs incentivize users to invite their friends. For low product stickiness, we engaging onboarding user experience, personalized content, gamifications. So our customer retention strategies. One of the customer retention strategies, the loyalty programs, where users can earn points and then redeem those points for discount and exclusive content. And then again, because of AI, it will also be better that we use personalization to recommend to our users based on what they are doing with the app. So based on the data, the AI will be able to recommend, basically how they are performing and all of that. And then secondly, send motivational messages, personalized communication that will send them messages again for their anniversaries or birthday or whatever, and other milestones achieved while using the app. So continuous improvement, we tend to continuously update customer feedback, and then involve them in the beta testing and the customer feedback loops through survey and in-app prompts. Again, also offer exclusive discounts, early access to give them early access to the products, programs, upgrading device and discounted rates, bundle offers for customers owning multiple Revitalize Tech products. And then for our sales battle card for our sales team, our competitors' claims. Yeah, they will claim that they offer similar wellness solution, but lack the holistic integration and personalization that Revitalize Tech provides. And one of those ways we intend to address this problem is emphasize Revitalize Tech unique value proposition, a fully integrated ecosystem that addresses multiple dimensions of wellness. And the cost of not buying, users may struggle to achieve a balanced approach to wellness, leading to inconsistent results and fragmented experiences. Our competitors' may have strong brand recognition or established market presence in specific wellness categories. How we tend to address this is highlight Revitalize Tech comprehensive approach, which goes beyond single categories to offer a complete wellness ecosystem. And then the superheroes that make this happen, it's Esther Iberi, Ruben Edosa, Peace Amwago, Peace Amwago, Ebube Ago, Deshayo Ajadi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruben, and the team of Reaper. Although you're behind schedule by 2 minutes. You understand that the initial part was because of network glitches. You'll just solve the timer now. Yeah. So thank you very much, Revitalize Tech team. I'll just hand over to the panelists. Anyone that is ready and good to go can just take up the mic, or probably just give them a minute for them to be able to absorb what has been said so far, as they will also go through the slides as well. You can just go back to the previous slides, just in case there's any question. All right. Hi, Everest. Hi, Shona. Hi, Khadija.
Hi. Hi, Esther. Thanks, guys, for the presentation. And I'm going to start with maybe probably giving some feedback from the presentation, and then I'll ask questions. And I think that's all. First thing first, for the presentation, usually when you're making a presentation to whoever you're making a presentation to, especially when it's like decision makers that rely solely on what you're telling them and what they are seeing, those two things need to be on point, because you might have the best intention, your product might actually be the best, but based on what you show them and what you said is what they will make their decision on, not because they haven't used your products. They're just relying on whatever you say and what you show. So in that case, in marketing, it's all about just making sure you put your best foot forward. So even if your product is, pardon my French, shit, if you present it right and have the right language to go along with it, then you will have a callback. People want to talk about, investors will say, okay, let's see how this goes. Can we do a trial and see? Why I'm saying all of this is because in your presentation, and another thing that is very important is when you're making presentation, try and use less pause fillers. if you use pause fillers, it makes whoever you're talking to doubt that you believe in the product that you're presenting or in the idea that you're sharing. So pause fillers like what did they call it? What's it called? All of those things. So it makes you might know what you're saying, but it makes it doubtful. For people be like, does this guy actually or does this girl actually know what he or she is talking about? So if you make use of less pause fillers, it's very important because whatever you say, you're on the spot, is a stage. Whatever you say is going to be used against you, as they say. So next thing about your presentation was it was text heavy, and you're presenting a product demo. It shouldn't be text heavy. In fact, any presentation that is text heavy, it makes it difficult to follow. So I wish your presentation was more of diagrams and flows and charts. It would be easier to grasp most of this information because as you are making the presentation, I have to go and read your slide. I have to go and reading the slide so that I can read through everything because there was no way I was going to get all the information based on the presentation because the text was a lot and you didn't have the time to go through all of them. So if your presentation was less texty, it would have been easier to flow along with you guys. And I think I'm giving this feedback not just to your team, but even to the previous team that presented or everyone generally. Your presentation should be concise. It should have illustrations, diagrams, charts. It should flow. When you talk, it should also be straight to the point, like you know what you're saying, basically. Use less pause fillers. Everyone uses pause fillers. At one point, you say, that's okay, but use less of it. Not what is this called? I've forgotten all of those things. So those things usually don't portray confidence in what you're presenting. So that's it about the feedback I'm going to give. And then the question I want to ask is, most of your KP, like your CPC that you mentioned, your cost per registration, everything was specified exactly. This is what it will cost. In the pricing itself, you did not say how that relates. So for instance, if it's costing me currently based on the data you guys have available, which you interpreted and presented, from these 5 countries, we see that in Ghana, it costs this amount for a CPC. In Uganda, it costs this amount. In South Africa, it costs this amount. For our pricing model, we are going to price this way because of this, and because we are currently spending this way because of this. So for instance, in Ghana, for instance, the CPC is say $5, for instance, and then you go, because the CPC is this way, this is the pricing that we think would justify the spend. So I'm bringing the question back to Peace, Ruben, your team Reaper. If any one of you can actually highlight in your pricing model, if you consider the cost for running advertisements in each of the countries that you reviewed. That's the only question I have, really.
Does anyone want to answer for Team Reaper?
Hi, thank you very much for the feedback. The pricing that we've used for them, we mostly focused on Nigeria because that's where we are trying to infiltrate in, and because we do not have Nigeria is not like a major what's the word? Sorry, you just said I should not do this. Nigeria is a yes, because Nigeria is not a major part of the data that we had. We use that data to determine how we infiltrate Nigeria. So it's not, the cost is not there because we don't have Nigeria's cost data.
All right, thanks. So let me not take much of the time, but thank you. Other panelists, you can contribute.
Okay, just before other panelists speak their microphones, I think Ladi is on the call, and he just alerted me that he has just a few inputs to just give. He's one of our instructors and facilitators for pricing and packaging. Just a few minutes to just give the inputs before we hand the microphone to Shino. Hi, Ladi.
Thank you very much, Esther. I just like to, go back to the positional statement or positioning statement slide. And the reason I say you should go back is because if you read your positioning statement, which is something that says this is how we will place this product, or this is how we would, I don't want to use the word position, or this is how we would arrange this product, or this is how we would design this product in the mind of the consumer. Now, if you read this this positioning statement, there is only one product that comes to mind here. If you take out Revitalize Tech, and that is an Apple device. And the reason why I asked you to go back to this is because from the brief, I do not think that you are launching an app exactly. The brief is talking about fitness solutions and is not limited to an app, but it appears that you have zeroed in on just creating a fitness or a wellness app for the brand. And that's totally deviating from the idea, the briefing itself. And the reason is because of this. I do not want you guys to fixate on, oh, the product has to be an app. Because when you fixate on that, it gives you this, it can throw you off balance. For example, what you have described here now, a all-in-one wellness app for a balanced, stress-free life for busy individuals seeking to improve their overall well-being and quality of life. You are saying that RT is an all-in-one smart wellness app offering a seamless ecosystem of interconnected smart devices and platforms that address physical fitness. What you are literally describing is an Apple device, because in reality, if you are an interconnected smart device, it's not just an app that you would have. It means you also have a smartwatch. You perhaps would have a home device as well. And this similar thing with the first set of group that also presented, you guys just zeroed in on, because they said a fitness solution, everybody just zeroed in on an app. But it's a fitness solution. In my head, I'm thinking that you have the people that are doing fitness in Nigeria, for example, right now. How do they keep fit? What fitness solutions do they use? They go to the gym. That's their present lifestyle. They go to the gym either in the morning or in the evening. We as Revitalize Tech, how do we plug in into their existing lifestyle? They perhaps already have used Gym Master for those of the guys that use iFitness. Do we put our product, layer it on iFitness product? So instead of us having them download a new app, they just already have Gym Master and they can access our product. Many of them already perhaps use walking apps to trace their walking. Are we positioning them for walking here? Are we positioning as a walking app? They already track their steps. That kind of detail is not contained in many of the things that we're speaking to. And I'm saying this because I've seen where people finish this product and they get thrown into a real life product, and they are struggling with really understanding the consumer. They're struggling with really taking insights from the consumer itself. So two key things here. So I should not bore you guys. When it comes to positioning statement, or the way you want to position your product, don't zero in on an app. Look at the consumer. Come from the position of the consumer. Who is the consumer? What are they doing? The buyer persona or the target audience analysis is also something that I say. I mean, we're just leaving it at very generic point. We have to really sit down. Who is the consumer? The average fitness person in Lagos right now, urban cities in Nigeria, they go to the gym. If they're not going to the gym, they are walking. When they are going to the gym, how do they even do it in the very first place? They have to, before you start a gym, you measure your weight, you measure all those things. Do we introduce a solution that helps them measure those things and helps them track it daily? Many of them have to manually create physical picture of, oh, when I started the gym, me today. Do we help them? Do we keep track of those things daily? Can we help them keep track of it monthly or weekly or something like that? So pretty much, please, when we think about launching a product, let's not just think about channels, because I think that's the approach also many of us are using with our presentation. Oh, we'll do influencer marketing, we'll do email marketing, we'll do pay-per-click ads. Think about it from the consumer. Let everything start from the consumer. Who is the consumer? What are they doing right now? How are they doing that? You getting that solution? How can we take our own solution, plug it into their existing lifestyle? How do we do it that every now and then, when the very first time they need that solution, they think about our product? Thank you, guys. Well done.
Thank you so much, Ladi.
And I also want to mention, I'm so sorry, I also want to mention your pricing as well. I think I put that down. Go to your pricing page. This is a major blunder. Please don't commit it out of here. You cannot say you are looking at given that given page. You are looking at premium pricing for value-based pricing strategy. If your buyers opted for premium plan, then you are applying value-based pricing strategies. Value-based pricing is value for money. It's cheap. That's value-based pricing. It's cheap. Value-based pricing means it's cheap. Premium pricing means it's expensive. And that's why VFM products are cheap products. The Paraga sellers, the Alumon in sachets, that's value-based price. You produce product, you sachetize it, you make it affordable for consumers. Premium pricing is offer the value, you price it on a high end. So when this statement in his entirety is attacking each other. So please don't commit this kind of this thing outside this place, I beg. Thank you.
Thank you, Ladi. Okay, Agu, you want to answer him? Yes, please go ahead before Sean picks the mic.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot for that feedback. It was apparent that you're very well invested in the presentation. I think it's worth commenting on so that we can get some clarity if needed, because this is a learning space, right? Especially, okay, so from this pricing strategy, I think what you said is super valid and appreciate the feedback. But just wanted to explain a little bit the rationale, right? So when we say that we're applying value-based pricing strategy, it's that we want to show the users, right, what they are essentially going to get. I don't think it inherently means that it is affordable or that it's cheap, right? It's based on perceived value. And so if we wanted to highlight the value of each plan, because of what we noticed, people tilting towards a premium. So in order to make sure that we even nudge them a bit more, we wanted to show the value that's actually attached to all of those different plans. And so that's just one of the things I wanted to say, because, for example, Apple iPhones that are priced higher than competitors is still like based on brand perception and ecosystem and all of that. And I think it's still value-based. So I don't know if that is, in line with what you said, or if like that doesn't address that at all. But it's just something I wanted to explain our rationale for saying that we're using value-based pricing, even though we have like premium plans.
Good. Thank you very much for explaining. Your rationale or your justification. And I hear you and I understand you. But I'm telling you right now that when you say value-based pricing, anywhere in marketing, anywhere in finance, anywhere in corporate speak, what you're saying is that we're going to price cheap. That's what it means. So your justification is not void, because what you have communicated means that you want to price cheap. So even though your intent is that You want to price based on the amount of value that is available to consumers, but that's not what it means. That's why I'm saying that. That's what I pointed out to you. And also, what you've just done is the number one rule of presentation in workplace. Don't ever try to defend your position or defend your idea after you have been given a feedback. What it positions you as is being defensive. And I know you are not being defensive, but that's what it positions you as. If you make a presentation and they give you feedback, just note it. Don't try to explain, oh, this is what we mean, oh, this is what we because they are understanding the feedbackers of the reviewers' understanding is what they have given a feedback on. If they give you feedback, and I say this because I've seen a lot of people do it. I used to do it. And I learned that it is the number one rule of presentation. When they give you feedback, just note it, acknowledge it. Thank you very much for the feedback. It is noted. That's all, move on. Whether you will implement the feedback, whether you will not implement the feedback, that's you. But just acknowledge the feedback, note it, and move on. Don't try to defend or explain or justify what you did, why you did. When you do that, you appear defensive. That's just a side note, anyways.
Thank you, Ladi. Thank you, Ladi. Okay, Seun, please, you can take up the mic now. So sorry for it. Hi, Seun. Hi, Khadijat.
I'm here.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone. I think that, and then thanks, Ladi. It's also important that this is a one second. This is a very safe learning space, right, for everybody. So it's important to also know that this is Stratford, right? We're all trying to become world-class product and growth marketing professionals. But yeah, that was pretty much detailed feedback from Ladi. I'm not going to be generic and use a pause filler and say that, oh, Ladi has said everything I wanted to say. No. But at the same time, it's good to also acknowledge feedback, right? And say, thanks, Ladi, and for you giving that level of granularity. It's important for every marketer to always be, number one, be in touch with your customer. It's not really about you or your data. Like, what do they want? How does your product help their media needs? And how do you help your business make money? That's your own professional responsibility or duty as a marketer. I will just go straight into my own questions, right? From the data that was shared, I saw that there were several opportunities. So one thing that was good to see in that data was that you analyze the data and then you benchmark it against something. So you had a benchmark, you had something to compare your success against, right? So that's itself, it's a good analyst mindset, and I want to point that out. But however, when you share data, you've benchmarked it against something, you have to be able to now let that data inform the opportunity that you are telling us here. So the registration rate, for example, is below industry standards. No, sorry, the install rate is below industry standard. However, the registration rate seems to be near or average industry standard. That means that what are you doing wrong, right, before registration in the user journey? That means, again, it also lets me know that how did this inform your acquisition strategy? Yes, as Ladi pointed out, it should not just be focused on app. App is just a medium that which users use to interact with your products. There is a gazillion other ways that you can put your products in the front of users, right? But my point is, even on the app side, you're seeing that people installing your app is way lower than the industry average. However, regardless of how way lower that was, when these people install the app, a higher number of them, or a significant number of them, go on to complete their registration. So that means that the problem at that point has not even been solved, and how was that solved for in subsequent acquisition plans? Because you have all these data, cost per this, cost per that, da 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 da. But this year is where the first issue lies, and how was that solved for in the plan? That's also pretty important to know. And this is not also for you to answer, really. It's just feedback as well. And for me, finally, when you are presenting any sort of information to anybody, right, the marketing lingua is only for us, right? That means that is when you people are building the report in your team that you'll be saying pricing strategy, decoy pricing, and you communicate it like that. When you are communicating to other people, you have to first think of it like communication is a two-way street, right? So you have to think about it how you want the message to be received, because your end goal for all of this is to get buy-in. Oh, this is my budget, this is what I want to do. So all of these metrics and some rather marketing jargon, let me put it like that, is just for us when we are planning internally, because we have a deeper understanding of those things. But when we are communicating to other stakeholders in the business, it's best to communicate it like you have business awareness, so that it doesn't feel like you're just trying to put a lot of theory in their head. Because again, in my experience, a lot of the business leaders also have strong marketing backgrounds. So that's why it always feels like marketing people in the industry have a lot of issues, because the business leader is saying, I don't believe what you're telling me, this is buzzwords, right? So that's why it's important to also communicate with that goal in mind, that, okay, this is the strategy I'm trying to present. And this is the simplest version of how it works. And this is the impact that it's going to bring, or this is the problem that I'm solving for, and this is the impact that it's going to bring. And then finally, I also think that the presentation was good, right? Again, even for the other team, there is like an acceptable text to graphic to talk or to verbal ratio when you're doing presentations. Less is more, really, in this context. Less is always more, is how you are able to now carry and communicate, and also like pass the baton between your team members if it's a group work and all of that. But all in all, this is also solid work. And I think that you guys have also put some effort, a lot of effort into doing this. So yeah, well done, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sheil. Hi, Khadija, are you here with us?
Hi. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So, just give me a minute. I want to, because I have the slide also open, so I want to scroll through. So I'd say, great work to the second team as well, Team Revitalize Tech. Yeah, so let's go straight into like the presentation. So I think your presentation was good. Taking into feedback, every other feedback that you've been given. I think one thing that was missing for me is like the market research part, right? While I can see the data, I'm not exactly sure, like what was the reason for doing this data? Because what I can just see here, is just like age group, gender, monthly income distribution, importance of wellness, usage of wellness technology, then fitness engagement level. Maybe one of you can, literally, how do I put it now? Can literally sort of give me insight, like how did this survey really impact, this plan that you guys put together? Can anyone on the team like sort of pick that? How did it influence this plan in a way? Because I can see that immediately after this survey, the next thing you have given me is a positioning statement. I'm like, okay, you know. So maybe it's the order of the slide that you guys need to be conscious of, because I'm not so sure, why the survey, after like the competitive landscape, after like the SWOT analysis, after the user persona, all of those things, the survey should have come up maybe like after the market overview. So after the survey, you can now tell us that, okay, as a result of this survey, we're able to determine that, okay, this is who our audience is, this is their user persona. But you have already told me all of those things, then you now came back to the survey. So I'm not, entirely clear, why you have it like that.
Hi, thank you very much for that. The survey, first, I think it's a slide arrangement. Also, we put it there as a way to justify what we had earlier told you. It's just like giving an information and then telling you why we have the information. But from your explanation, I see how it should have been the data before the information that we gave.
Okay. All right. That's just to call that out, because you're assuming by doing this presentation, and you're assuming that you're presenting to stakeholders within your organization, right? So you want to, cross every I and cross every T, because if you have people who are really nitpickers, even from there, they might start losing interest in what you're saying, because in their own head, they'll be like, I'm really sure that this person or this group of people, can absolutely take our product, into the market. Then I think Ladi already gave feedback on the positioning statement. I think one thing that has been missing in the two teams has been, what's the framework for arriving at this positioning statement. I just see that, both teams just slapped, a positioning statement, but nobody's really telling us the story of, how they arrived at, picking this positioning statement. Did you get it from maybe one of the interviews you conducted with your users, or maybe someone mentioning something that basically made you know that, okay, this is how you are going to validate this positioning statement? Because at the end of the day, even if you have a positioning statement, your customers or your end users they must feed into the story you are trying to tell, because your positioning would evolve. It's not the positioning you start with that maybe after 1 year or even 6 months that you continue to use. But I think it would be good, for you to be able to sell, why you are picking this positioning statement. And even from the look of things, I don't know which one is positioning statement. Is it the one liner or the major paragraph? So is it your all-in-one wellness app for a balanced, stress-free life, or for busy individuals, seeking to improve their overall well-being and quality of life? So that's like a feedback on all of those. Now coming into like the go-to-market strategy, I think for this, okay, you're also focusing on 25 to 40, and I think one thing I appreciated about this was, the competitors that you guys had studied. Let me see, is it here or it's like in the earlier part of the material? But I think your like all these the go-to-market strategy part, it's okay, and the product launch, the part to product launch is also okay, as well as the marketing channels. The marketing channels you guys chose, I think for a start, also works. Um, then, but when it gets to your campaign material, I think that's where you lost me, because I'm looking at your designs. I'm like, what is this? What is your exact brand color? Because yeah, I'm seeing purple, I'm seeing green, I'm seeing white. Like, what is like the brand color? I can't see that being infused into your marketing material. Is someone talking? Okay, so like that's for like the campaign materials. Like it doesn't look aligned, and it just looks like you guys just slapped something together, and you're just sharing. So hopefully, when you are presenting to stakeholders in your company, you are going to liaise with like your design team to give you like great designs, and you're not going to just give us this kind of sample campaign materials, right? Because that will not be too good. As a marketer, once you're in front of your stakeholders, the people that are making decisions, you want to ensure that you are well presented and you are well positioned to get the yes you need to go ahead and basically push the product in the market. So I'd say those are like the key areas I wanted to highlight. I liked the breakdown of the package design. So where you told us like how you guys broke down your standard pro and premium pricing packages. I think that is very clear, right? So as a user, if I'm making a decision about your product, I understand I go with your standard package. I know what I'm going. And I think I like your pricing as well. It's very realistic, you know. It's very realistic, and I think this is something that is affordable to, the young Nigerians of today, or the average Nigerian looking at the earning potential right now in the market for people working. Yeah, I'd say those are like the key areas I wanted to give feedback on. Yeah, I don't really have much. So your slide could be better, like the design for the slide could be better. The choice of color, right, could also be better. Then I believe how you ended the slide as well isn't so great, because the last part you added was your sales enablement materials, which I believe should have come up, under the go-to-market section. So your customer retention strategy should have been like the last slide before now letting us, meet the team, basically. So I think you guys need some work on how to basically tell the story, because as you're presenting, you're basically telling us a story from one page to the other. The story needs to flow from the market research you've done to how you identify your customer to your positioning and your messaging to how you are now going to sell the product in the market. All of those need to feed into each other. So I'll say yes. Those are like my feedback from my investor.
Great, Khadija, thank you so much for the comprehensive feedback. I believe we have taken it and we'll work on it. So we'll go back to our drawing board, and yes, we'll put all of this into action, and also in our real life scenarios, real life case studies. We are going to put all of this into action. Yes. So yes, it's recorded. We can always go back to the feedback. We can always go back to our slides and then effect the changes. While we are trying to wait for the panelists to collate the scores, I would like to appreciate everybody that came. Omlara that took us on sales enablement. Yes, she has left. Thank you so much for joining. Like also Ladi that took us on pricing and packaging. He followed into it and then we gave a comprehensive feedback. Thank you so much, Ladi. And I think some of our instructors joined at a point, but I lost track of them before they left. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, so we are waiting for okay, yes, Adisha, you have something to say?
Yes, please. So I just wanted to thank the panelists for the comprehensive feedback. It shows how much they are invested in this product, and all the feedback are well noted, and would go back to the drawing board and work on it. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Adisha. Thank you so much. It might seem, and another another key takeaway I took was the word from Ladi, that there are sometimes we're like, okay, we understand why this is being done, but just like I said, we shouldn't appear defensive, but we should take it in good faith and then we should work on it honestly. Thank you so much, Ladi, for the key takeaway. We are actually waiting now to compile the scores from the panelists, and then we'll be releasing it soon. So, drum rolls. What next after bootcamp? This is the grand finale of the bootcamp. So we have 1 hour mentorship session, just like I said. And then yes, we have our assessment. The final assessment is open. The final assessment key lock is open on our LMS. You can just go take your final assessment test. Final assessment, yeah, assessment test, the same thing. Take your final assessment. So it's just it's going to be opened. It's already opened, and then we have from now till Friday to conduct final assessment. Who knows? Probably feedback you get from here could be something you also see there. So it's just a test of our knowledge, test of what we've learned for the past 6 weeks, ranging from all the classes required from the range from all the instructors we have and all of that. So please, I will appeal for us to be able to do the assessment as soon as we can. Immediately after you take your assessment, of course, you are free to take on your certificate. I think this is where we say thank you to our instructors, to those that are watching us live on YouTube. Yeah, to our facilitators, sorry, we use facilitators. Thank you to our facilitators, to those that joined us, to those that are joining us on YouTube and trying to give us a moral high, rooting for all of us. I think this is where we say thank you to them. The floor is open for a minute. If you have anything to say, you are free to say them. If you have anything to type, you are free to type them in the chat box while we wait for the final scores from our panelists. Does anybody have anything to say or type out? Hi, Ayoni. Hi, Noye. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Alisha. Okay, Alisha, you spoke earlier. Hi, Dorcas. Hi, Esther. Hi, Kachi. Hi, Hag. Hi, Hagu. Yeah, it's Ayoni. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Esther. And I also want to appreciate the feedback from all of the panelists, from Khadija, from Sheon, from Everest, and Ladi. And we would actually put every feedback to learning. This has been an intensive and eye-opening experience, in all, and it's good to be a part of this session and course. And I also commend the effort of my team members and also Team Reaper. Thank you, everyone. It's been a good ride.
All right. Thank you, Ayoni. Any other person that have anything to say? Hi, Lucas. Oh, is Esther on this call? Hi, Esther. Hi, Ruben.
Okay. First of all, I want to appreciate the panelists. Thank you so much for the feedback. Honestly, I wasn't really doing this to get like the pass mark. I really wanted to get this feedback so that it's good we know all the errors now, so that we can apply them make all the corrections while we apply them, the skills in the real world. Thank you so much for the feedbacks. All the points were noted, and I'm glad I wrote for this program with Treford. So once again, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. And I also want to use this medium to appeal that for those of you that will have that I have their emails, please. Personally, I will be sending some mails for you to help me maybe in some work and all of that. Like just like the guidance. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you, Esther.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben. Hey, thank you, Ruben.
Hi,
Hey,
everyone.
Ruben, drag my life.
Esther, you've been all smart, Esther.
What did you say?
Okay, so I said you've been all smiles. Well done. Thank you so much, everyone. So I wanted to say big thank you to especially our instructors and then panelists that came to like review our work. So for a lot of us, this is like a learning phase for us. Even the presentation is also a learning phase for us because majority of us are not used to it, right? So the feedbacks are very, very important. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for dropping those feedback. We are going to work on it just as the members of my team have already said. So thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much, Esther.
Hi, I just want to say something little. I mean, same thing. Really thankful for this program and for all the contribution and guidance that our facilitators and our panelists have offered so far. I know that this is just the beginning, and nothing would really prepare us for the real world more than like doing real work in the real world. So I just want to use this platform to say that I'm very open to taking on like mini projects that would help me like really get my hands dirty and busy with doing this. I'm currently on a career break because I'm trying to figure out, what to do next. So I have, some time on my hands, and I'm very open to taking on bits and parts of projects. So yes, I'm looking forward to putting this into practice. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, our panelists, are we ready? I noticed we are yet to collate our point. Do we have issues with that? As a network and all of that? So we actually waited for you just for us to be able to get at least average scores for 4 of us, and then we're good to go. Hi, Agu, you have something to say? I know you have something to say. Okay, in the absence of no other, like I said, sorry, they're still trying to compile the scores here. Hi, Everest. Aisha, please, we can make that snappy by compiling our scores so that we can review them and all of that. All right, no problem. Ruben, Trevor should add presentation to the syllabus. In what way? Is this not a presentation? Hi, Ruben. Would you want to explain what to put in the comment section? Oh, okay, good. The scores are in. Okay, great. Great. All right, drum rolls. We'll be presenting our scores now. Our scores are in. First off, just like I said, or just like they said earlier, there's no right or wrong answers, but based on what was shared in our case study earlier, that the scores was based on our market research, our product positioning / messaging, our marketing campaigns, product launch, GTM strategies, and sales enablement, our user engagement, retention, and pricing strategies, our use of customer insights to evaluate and optimize strategies, and finally, and most importantly, our time, the time we used, creativity, and coordination. So these are what was considered, and then we were given scores based on that. So based on our 3 panelists, we have these scores, and then yes, the average scores was also put there. Just confirm if you can see my screen. So for Team Olympus, let me make this more bold. Yeah, so for Team Olympus, their market research was 5 across the 3 panelists. Product positioning / messaging, we have 2 4s and a 3. For their marketing campaigns, product launch, and GTM strategies, we have 2 4s and 1 3. For their user engagement, we have 2 5 and 1 4. User customer insight, as you can see on the screen, we have 4 across the board. Their time, their creativity, and their coordination, we have 2 4s and a 5. and then giving us an average score of 25. I mean, the scores of the three panelists, we have 26, 24, 26. As you can see on your screen, the average score is 25, and the total score we have 76. While for Team Reaper, we have our market research. We have 2 3s, 1 4. We have for our product positioning and messaging, so we have 2 3s, 1 4. For our user engagement retention, all 3s. And then for our time, creativity, and coordination, we have all 3s. So we have total mark of 19, and then we have a score of 58. Thank you so much, everybody, for the time well spent here at Stretford Bootcamp Cohort 12. Thank you to the facilitators, our instructors, our alumni, our panelists, and everybody. Thank you so much. Before I pass over the mic to the panelists for their final remark, I think I've passed the necessary announcement I need to pass. You have taken your final assessment. I'll be sending out a tally form. That is where you express yourself in fullest of how the bootcamp has been so far. What were the classes you enjoyed most? The demo session, how was it? I mean, the moderator, the classes, the weekend, what you hope we can improve on, and all of that. Just like what we always say in Stretford, like it's more like we draw more feedback, very important to us. That is how we know how to do better. So please, I'll be sending out the tally form immediately after this call, so that we can fill it in. And then, yes, you express yourself to the fullest there. We look forward to your feedback. The assessment portal is currently open. Please take in the assessment, your certificates. We have 1 hour weekly mentorship session, Thursdays, 6 to 7, with our learning partner. So please come around, just 6 to 7 1 hour call. If you have any lingering questions, any classes that you think you need clarity on, this is where you ask questions. It's just 1 hour for the next 2 weeks. So we have Thursdays to fill it. That is on 13th and 20th. I think I've put that on our LMS, 13th and 20th, to do that. Shout out to all the teams. We both did well, and then to the team. All right. I'll be handing over to each of the panelists to give us, should I use the word blessings, their final remark, their closing remark, and all of that before we call this a session. I'll be calling on Everest first. Hi, Everest. Final remark, closing remark to the team, and then probably 1 or 2 tips that you think would help us along the way in our product marketing career part. All right, Everest dropped it on the chat. Well done, Team Olympus and Reaper. Take all the feedback and feel free to ask questions. Don't be afraid to go out there, to go out yourself there. Congratulations and thank you, Stretford, for continuing to organize this. Thank you so much, Everest. Khadijat, would you want to take up the mic? Somebody say something.
Sorry, did you mention Team Olympus as winner? I didn't quite get that clearly.
What did you say?
Did you mention Team Olympus as a winner? I don't think I heard that.
We know. Oh no, you don't need to drag this. We know. We all
Go
know.
and sleep. Go and sleep.
We know. Thank you. We know. All right, Khadijat, please. If I want to don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think in the ideal sense, both teams actually tried, right? You both put your best foot forward. So regardless of who won, you understand, the most important thing is, what did you take away from this session? So even for the team that won, what can you learn from the other team? And from the team that didn't win, what can you pick from the team that won? Right? Remember, this is not to put anybody down. It's just all the feedback we've gotten from all the panelists and even from some of the facilitators that joined the session. Everyone is giving you guys feedback because we are all working currently in the field, and we see, we all have experiences, and we see, what stakeholders are looking for, what they are looking out for, when you're trying to sell the marketing campaign. We want them to put the company's money behind, So I believe, this feedback session or this session, has really empowered you and it has given you insight into what you can hope to experience in the field for those who are just going, into this path. And for those who are currently there, I hope, this really opened your eyes to see, what areas you need to improve on, whether it's, your presentation skills, being more creative, your market research skills, all of the skills that Treford has trained you and empowered you with. I hope this session, helped you to see the practicality of what you're going to experience, in the next couple of months or in the next couple of years. So I'm wishing you all the best. If you ever think you need help with anything, I think I'm available. You can always reach out to me via LinkedIn. This is the same name I use, just in case you need people to talk to on your path. But outside of that, I'm wishing you all the best in your endeavors, and we hope in the next couple of months or even years, we hear of the amazing things you guys are doing in your respective organizations. So that's all from my end.
Thank you so much, Khadijat. Yeah, candidates can be seen on LinkedIn, Khadijat Okeowo. I'll be sharing our LinkedIn profile. Our LinkedIn profile on our WhatsApp and our Slack. Any of our instructors, they're always free. Just use Treford as the promo code. You join Treford PMN quotes 12, and then yes, they are always free to reach back to us. And then yes, lastly, I'll be calling on Sheil for. I think we've had Sheil before over time as one of our instructors, but I'll be calling him again as a panelist to give us closing remark and then one or two tips that could help us. Hi, Sheil. If you are speaking, we can hear you. You are still muted.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm speaking now. I mean, thanks everyone. Right. Again, we should always appreciate like the quality of the inputs. That's the quality of the work that has been put into ensuring that this was done. So yeah, to both teams, right? This is solid work. What's also important is that this is a safe learning space. So we're all here, we're committed to lifelong learning, and we all definitely want to get better. And I don't have much to say, to be honest, right? But I think that if you take all of this feedback and all of these learnings and you try to practice it, you try to do it in your own small way, you will definitely get better as a product marketer or as a growth marketer. So yes, well done, guys. This has been a great learning experience for me, and then just interacting with you guys and listening to you guys. And I hope that we all continue with this journey into becoming world class. Yeah, thanks everyone, and thanks Esther as well. Always pulling this together and all of that. So yes, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much, Sheil. Okay. Let me just end the live streaming here. Okay. Awesome.